Hello anime lovers, welcome to the Aniflare channel. Today we will talk about Sakamoto Days episode 5. You can find links to the previous episodes in the description. So let's continue the story without any delay. The episode starts with Obiguro and Lou's fight. Lou was completely drunk, but she was still fighting really well. If she didn't touch Obiguro in every 10 seconds, Obiguro's men would kill Shin. Lou even used her braid to touch Obiguro to see that Shin yell, "Don't take this as a joke." Lou drinks another bottle, and now Obiguro can't even touch her. Lou then kicks Obiguro on face. Obiguro smirks and says, "All right, now try to kill me for real." But Lou refuses, saying she doesn't want to kill anyone because of her family's rule number 1. Obiguro asks, "What kind of rule?" Lou explains that her entire family follows this rule. She says that Sakamoto, Shin, Aoi, and Hana are also her family, and she loves them very much. Obiguro smirks and says, "But you're not even related to Sakamoto's family." Hearing this, Lou gets extremely angry. She tries to hit Obiguro hard, but in the last moment, she only touches her face. Suddenly, Lou sobers up completely and realizes where she is and what she is doing. Obiguro understands that Lou was just playing around with her and that she is actually really strong. Obiguro praises Lou because she likes strong people. Shin sighs in relief and says, "So, that means I'm safe now." Meanwhile, Sakamoto says he is now fully ready to fight. Boiled smirks and says, "You think just because you lost some weight, you can defeat me?" He then warns Sakamoto, "Hurry up, your family is in danger." But Sakamoto calmly replies, "I'm not worried about my family because I have people I completely trust." Suddenly, Sakamoto dashes at full speed and punches Boiled so fast that Boiled doesn't even see it coming. With just one punch, Sakamoto sends Boiled flying out of the building. Sakamoto is now incredibly fast and mercilessly beats up Boiled. Boiled tries to counter with his rocket punch, but Sakamoto punches it so hard that it completely breaks. While getting beaten, Boiled finally realizes that Sakamoto truly is the legendary Hitman. Desperate, Boiled throws his bouncing ball bombs at Sakamoto, but Sakamoto catches them with his bare hands and then punches Boiled with them, causing a huge explosion. Boiled, lying on the ground, wonders how Sakamoto is still so powerful after 5 years of retirement. Sakamoto then says, "Boiled, you are really strong. Before I retired, I used my strength to hurt others. But one day, I decided to use my power to protect the people I love. That is my true strength now." The scene shifts to a Ferris wheel, where a couple is sitting together. Then, suddenly, Sakamoto and Boiled crash into another Ferris wheel seat. Boiled, now completely exhausted, looks at Sakamoto and says, "I was right about you. You are the ultimate Sigma male." And with that, he accepts his defeat. Meanwhile, Aoi regains consciousness and asks Shin how they got here since they were inside the haunted house earlier. Shin lies, saying, "Maybe we were too tired and accidentally fell asleep." But Aoi becomes suspicious because Shin's clothes were dirty and Sakamoto was missing. Shin quickly says, "I'll go find him right now." Meanwhile, the Ferris wheel stops and Sakamoto and Boiled step out of the ride. A girl sees the broken Ferris wheel and asks them, "What happened here?" Boiled replies, "Never ask a Sigma male how he got injured." The girl, confused, says, "I just want to know who's paying for the damages." Boiled ignores her and praises Sakamoto, saying, "I won't come after you anymore." Sakamoto then goes to a food stall and buys 5 steamed buns to eat. Boiled asks for 1 bun, but Sakamoto hands him his half-eaten one, saying the rest are for his family. Just then, Shin arrives and is completely shocked to see Sakamoto so slim. Sakamoto casually explains, "I ran around a lot today, so I lost some weight." Boiled then asks, "What will you do now? There's a bounty on your head. Don Kai will send more assassins after you." Suddenly, Sakamoto panics when he realizes that Aoi overheard everything. She immediately takes all 3 of them to the food court and demands an explanation. Meanwhile, Lou and Obiguro take Hana to eat cotton candy. Now Sakamoto finally tells Aoi the truth. There is a bounty on his head, and many assassins have already tried to kill him today. Hearing this, Aoi gets furious because Sakamoto kept such a big secret from her. Terrified, Sakamoto becomes silent. So Boiled speaks up for him. Boiled explains, "Sakamoto just wanted you all to enjoy today without any worries." Aoi then threatens Boiled, telling him not to try killing Sakamoto again. Boiled immediately agrees without arguing. Aoi then reminds Sakamoto of their family rule number 6, no lying and no keeping secrets. She orders him, "Go and take care of this bounty problem immediately." Sakamoto nods and agrees. As the park parade begins, everyone goes to watch it. Shin asks Sakamoto, "What will we do now?" Sakamoto replies, We need to find out who put the bounty on my head. Boiled adds, Dondon Kai's boss might know about this, but we don't know where he is, and we definitely won't help you. After this, Boiled and Obiguro say goodbye and leave. The next day, Sakamoto, Lu, and Shin visit a video rental store. Sakamoto had been eating so much since yesterday that he gained all his weight back in just one day. Inside the store, they look for a CD about Dondon Kai. Sakamoto explains, "This place is an information bank. Any information we need, we can find it in these movie discs." They rent the Dondon Kai movie and go to a private room to watch it. The movie reveals that Dondon Kai is a Hitman agency with over 50 assassins. It also shows which building they use as their headquarters. Shin writes down all the important details in his notebook, while Sakamoto falls asleep during the movie. Watching this movie costs them millions of yen, but Sakamoto says, "I saved some money from my Hitman days." Before they leave, the store owner warns Sakamoto, saying, "You should be careful. You might run into some old friends soon." Sakamoto asks, "What do you mean?" The store owner replies, "That movie hasn't been released yet, so I can't say more." The scene shifts to a building where the order group is gathered, having a meal. Hyo asks Nagumo, "Is it true that you met Sakamoto?" Nagumo, acting clueless, replies, "Sakamoto? Never heard of him. No idea where he is now." Hyo gets angry, but Shishiba calmly tells him to stay quiet because their master is about to arrive. Hyo, still suspicious, pulls out a knife and says, "I don't trust Nagumo at all," but Nagumo blocks his knife using a fork and replies, "At least wait until the main dish arrives before pulling out weapons." Meanwhile, Osaragi tells Shishiba not to eat rice. Hearing this, Shishiba now calls the head chef, and he starts stabbing. And while stabbing him repeatedly, he asks, "Who told you to add onions to the rice?" Just then, an old man named Iria arrives. Iria is the communication coordinator of the JAA. He greets them, saying, "I'm glad to meet all the members of the order group." Hyo informs him that 4 members are missing. Shishiba responds, "I understand why 3 of them are absent, but old man Takamura should have been here." Nagumo jokes, "Maybe he's busy." Shishiba replies, "That old man probably forgot about the meeting." Iria then gives them a new mission. A mysterious killer has been assassinating JAA's hitmen, and so far, 30 assassins have been killed. The JAA wants the order group to eliminate this unknown killer immediately. Meanwhile, Sakamoto, Shin, and Lu arrive at Dondon Kai's headquarters and plan how to enter the building. Inside, 2 men are talking about Sakamoto, wondering how big his bounty is and how he even defeated Boiled. Shin sneaks in and knocks out one guy from above, while Sakamoto punches the other one unconscious. Lu asks, "Where do you think their boss is?" Shin yells, "Did you even watch the movie? The boss will be on the top floor." Since they can't use the main entrance, they climb up the windows and reach the top floor. However, Shin notices something strange. He can't hear any thoughts. It's as if no one is there. They open the boss's office and are shocked to see the room filled with dead bodies. Sitting among them is Nagumo. Nagumo smirks and says, "I killed all of Dondon Kai's hitmen, including their boss. Now it's Sakamoto's turn." Suddenly, Nagumo appears behind Shin at lightning speed and stabs him in the neck. But Shin is completely fine because Nagumo used a fake knife. Once again, Nagumo tricked them all. Furious, Shin and Lu start beating him up. Nagumo laughs and says, "I actually came here to meet the Dondon Kai boss too, but by the time I arrived, someone had already killed everyone." He explains that a mysterious killer has been assassinating hitmen. Over 100 assassins were killed last month alone. This killer always leaves an X mark after every kill. That's why people call him X, or Slur. Sakamoto now realizes that the order group is also involved in this case. Lu asks, "What is the order?" Nagumo explains, "It's a special group of JAA's best hitmen. Their job is to enforce the rules of the JAA and eliminate any hitman who steps out of line." He then reveals, Sakamoto used to be a member of the Order too. Nagumo warns Sakamoto, "Stay careful. This killer started his assassinations right after the bounty was placed on your head. There might be a connection." The scene shifts to a mysterious man drawing an X on a wall. Meanwhile, many hitmen continue to come after Sakamoto at his store. However, Sakamoto defeats them all easily. To make things even funnier, they also sell first aid supplies to the injured assassins, making a lot of profit. Nagumo had previously told Sakamoto, "You've gotten weaker in these 5 years. If you struggled against Boiled, how will you handle real assassins?" Sakamoto now tells his team, "We need to become stronger so we can handle any challenge." To train, Sakamoto starts cycling around the city. Shin reads the minds of every customer to improve his mind-reading abilities. Meanwhile, Lu discovers that she becomes stronger when she's drunk, so she starts drinking a lot. She even smashes a bottle over a customer's head, who turns out to be another hitman. And with that, the episode ends. So, who is this mysterious killer that's targeting assassins? What is his true intention? And what will Sakamoto do next? To find out, watch the next episode. If you enjoyed the video, like and share it. Comment below and tell us how you liked this episode. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.